guys want an opening statement, or are we just firing them away? Hi, Jennifer. How you doing? Yeah. Nikki, how's it going, guys?
2 years ago, Brock Purdy was here. Do you remember what you saw from him?
Yeah, really, with Brock, he's always composed. He was always like he is now. He's the same guy every day, and really, his tape was what really turned us on, and then you meet the person. But this is only just a little bit part of the process, but his tape and everything that he did at Iowa State and how well he played and how well he played the position, we really thought that he could really fit in well with our scheme. And if we thought he was that good, we probably wouldn't have waited till the last pick. But no, we liked him that much, and now I got to find a new quarterback.
For that position in particular, what do you try to get out of the combine?
I'm sorry, what was the beginning of that?
For evaluating quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. I think the biggest thing in the combine, the two biggest things are, everybody says it, it's the medical portion, which I'm not a part of that. I just see all the results, and then the interviews. And we're going to interview a lot of quarterbacks as well as a lot of other players here. So that's really the first touch point that we'll have with these guys. I haven't met any of them in person, and really excited to meet them. We're going to meet some tonight, some tomorrow, and that's just the beginning of the process in terms of that. That's a huge part of really any position is getting to know the person. That's where we've always found in scouting, you make the biggest mistakes more so on the person than the actual talent. I think we're all here for a reason in terms of being talent evaluators, everybody in our staff, but understanding what makes the person tick and how they'll fit into your locker room and your particular culture is the biggest thing where you can make mistakes on.
As you get to know your new coaching staff, how can you tell or how do you learn which assistants are good scouts, which assistants maybe are different kind of scouts? How do you factor that in?
That's a really interesting question. Sean didn't prepare me for that one, but I can give you a good answer. I think you work with them to a certain extent, just like anybody you work with. You figure out what their strengths, what their weaknesses are. Most coaches do a really good job of letting you know what they want out of the players. And really last week, that's what we had all our scouts in, and we did what we call profile tapes, and they presented players and what they're looking for in particular positions, whether it be defensive line, defensive end, linebacker, all those different things. And they do a good job presenting what they're exactly looking for in our particular scheme that we're doing. So that was new for all of us, including me, because I haven't worked with most of these coaches. So understanding what Joe Witt looks for on defense, what Cliff looks for on offense, and all the different positions. So you start to gain an understanding of how they can communicate with that. But until you really start going into meetings and seeing how they evaluate, you don't really know. But I think everybody's here for a reason, coaches and scouts. So I'm really confident in our ability to do that.
He always wants one of those early draft picks to try to give all the best possible quarterbacks. He still does that. Roll with the dice. Why is that so difficult? How do you try to avoid?
Gosh, if I knew that answer, I would be somewhere else probably, retired. I think that the gist of it is it's people evaluating people, and especially when it comes to that position, there's so much more that goes into it besides the tape. You know, if you're evaluating a defensive end, you know, I think we all can see what Nick Bosa or Myles Garrett looks like, and the quarterback, there's so much nuance that goes into it besides the talent, the skill set, and the arm strength and all that. So with really quarterback or any position, it's people evaluating people. So you're gonna make mistakes, and it's a matter of if you have a better hit rate. Really, that's the draft, is to try to hit on as many as you can. And the more hits you have, whether it's the first round pick or the seventh round pick or anywhere in between, that's how you build your team.
What have you learned about Williams from Cliff?
Really, Cliff and I haven't talked too much specifically on him. We really just talked about quarterback play in general, and what he looks for in quarterbacks and how we can find that right fit for him if that's what we're going to do. And certainly that hasn't been decided yet by any stretch of the imagination. We still have a lot of work to do. What we're going to do, whether it's that pick or later, we really like what we have in Sam right now, so we're really excited about that too. I they're great. It's funny. I learned this from John Lynch. When you're sitting in your office all day, you kind of just get in this rut where you're just like, it's dark. You got all these weird lights, and you need to get out. So Sam came to the facility a couple weeks ago and got a chance to hang out. And instead of sitting in my office, we just took a walk. Took a walk around Commanders Park and around the fields, and got to know him a little bit better. So I feel really good about him too. So we got a lot of different things we can do, but still really excited about him.
What are you looking for in an assistant GM, and what made Lance Howard the right guy for that job?
I'm sorry, what was the first part?
What were you looking for in that role?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's different for every team, but I think, at its core, as an assistant GM, you're looking for somebody who can aggregate all the information, give it all to the decision makers, where it's the head coach, the GM, whoever it is. And so someone who can organize all the scouting information, all the analytics information, all the different information that you get in order to make the best decision possible, and you filter it up to the decision makers. And so with Lance, his skill set's immense. Not just he's an excellent player evaluator. We never worked together, but we've been close friends for a long time. Always talked ball, talked about a lot of things. He's really good at a lot of things. He's kind of like, a lot of times he's been a North Star for me in terms of decision making, whether it's on a player or just on life. So having him in the building, I couldn't be happier, and really excited to work for him. And I don't think people really know how good he is. He's gotten a lot more notoriety, I think, with Detroit's success, and rightfully so. They've done an excellent job, but he's been a big part of that, and we're really happy to have him with us.
Adam, what if you draft a young quarterback to go with Sam? Would you like to have also a veteran in there with those two guys?
I think, as it pertains to quarterbacks or any meeting room, you want to have the best competition and as many good players as you can to have the best team. Talking about San Francisco a couple years ago, we needed, 4, Jennifer? Maybe 5 at the end. And so you need a lot. A lot of stuff can happen. So I think you always want to make every single meeting room as strong as it possibly can be, whether it's quarterback or defensive end.
The Bears are going to shop. The Bears are going to.
I'm not good at this, so.
If the Bears are going to shop for the first pitch, do you feel like you have to be involved in those conversations because somebody else could come up and target the guy you're calling for it?
Really, with anything that could happen in this league, you always want to be involved in it, right? Whether you actually pull the trigger or not, that's a different story, but you always want to understand what people are looking to do, what they're doing, whether it's trading down to 28, and I don't know who 28 is, so don't think I got some master plan, or trading anywhere, whether it's a player or not. So you always want to be involved in any of those things, whether you actually pull the trigger at the end. That's when you gather all your information and make the best decision for the team.
Have you gotten to the league until now? How have you changed in the way you evaluate quarterbacks, whether that's the trait you value differently or your process?
I think, you learn more and more every time you do it, and most of them are mistakes. I feel like it's really hard to evaluate quarterbacks, but you just try to get better and try to understand what you did the last time that was really good, what you did last time that was really bad, different processes. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of bad things that you did, but you always learn. And so it's constantly evolving, and I don't think anybody has the magic pill to understand that one. If they do, let me know. I'll hire them. But I think that's it. Just keep learning every year you do it. We subscribe to it, but it's just like all the different assessments. It's just a very, very small piece of the puzzle. You can break it down to just the general score, or you can get it down all the little granular bits of it and try to pull different things that are predictive for your analytics group. So with all those different things, whether it's S2 or HRT, or I just gave a good shout out to HRT, so hopefully you can get a better deal. But I think you take all those things into account and understand what portions of it are important.
At least first,
For initial cognitive testing, and I don't know if that's going to become a trend or anything, but does that mean anything to you from where we said you need to have players taking those tests with that limited evaluation of them?
I think no. I mean, you like to get as much information as you can on every prospect, but if somebody doesn't want to take that test, I understand, and especially what happened with with CJ last year, and that was really cool how he overcame that and had an incredible rookie year. So, you just have to adjust. If players adjust, and you adjust to that, and you try to get as much information as you can. If it's S2, then it's something else. But that's really, you just kind of have to adjust, I guess, Kalen.
Take two more. Came in last in the NFLPA survey that was done by players. I'm curious what's been done in the interim to kind of like rectify some of the issues from the NFLPA survey. Have you guys looked into that and just kind of like some of the player concerns?
Yeah, we've looked into a lot. We haven't done anything. We just got here, right? So you guys know how construction goes. It doesn't go real fast, So, but we've listened to a lot of the players. We've met with a lot of the players, trying to understand where we can improve in the building, and I think we have a lot of really good people in the building. It's just trying to make the player experience better as good as we can, and that's not easy, but we're going to make every effort to. So we're still in the early stages of that.
Can you describe some of the growing pains of just having a new staff and being in this process?
I look at it as more as excitement and then growing pains. It's a lot of fun. I've done it a few times now, and with all the new people, you get a chance to learn how people work. It's a great energy in the building right now. It's awesome. It's really fun walking around. Coaches, personnel, we all got together. We did a lot of cool things, team building stuff. So I look at it as more excitement than anything else. So it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.